I don't know if you saw this. This just came out in Rolling Stone today. A menace to public health. Doctors demand Spotify puts an end to the COVID lies on the Joe Rogan Experience. They are now, 200 doctors and scientists are now gathering together, and they are demanding that Spotify cancel Joe Rogan and stop him from speaking out. This is...
Wow.
This is fascism. Absolute fascism.
And hopefully they don't cave in this time. They've already weathered one of those storms. We'll see if they do it again.
It's particularly tough for them with Joe Rogan because it's not like Apple carries our podcasts and so does Spotify. All three, Pat Gray Unleashed, Stu Does America, Glenn Beck radio program, all of those are carried on all these places. But it's different with Spotify. Spotify literally pays Joe Rogan and has him exclusively on their platform. So they get all the pressure. It's not split up between all the different providers.
Correct.
And, this is a move on the left. This is not like some random thing where, a bunch of employees suddenly woke up and said, you know what, we don't like this. They launched an effort coming back just a few weeks ago with a report from the Brookings Institution, an article in the New York Times, advertisement campaigns. We need to stop these podcasts. These podcasts are doing this. Just like they were going after Twitter accounts and Facebook accounts before, they've now expanded that to come after podcasts.
So there really is no safe space for people. Remember, I couldn't be on network television. They first kicked me off of ABC. Then they made sure that I couldn't get a job in cable news. They did everything they could. So they all said, you just have to go to the Wild West. So we did. We started our own thing. We started the Blaze. We pioneered the live streaming television podcast for serious people. And now that's not good enough. There is no space. They're coming after talk radio. They're coming after our podcasts. They're coming after our websites. And this is why it is so important that you support those voices that you believe are giving you the truth. Joe Rogan... Joe Rogan has about 20 million listeners a week. That is the height of the Rush Limbaugh time. Those numbers are not put together. Fox News, even, in its heyday, Bill O'Reilly and I probably do 17 million a week. Is that right? 15 million a week on television. He is exploded, and it's because he's just asking regular questions, and he's willing to talk to pretty much anyone. And they can't have that, and they know the power of going directly to the people. They have to have gatekeepers. I wish him the best. But there is only one company. We're talking about our contracts now, and there's only one company that I would ever consider doing a contract with yet, and it's because they've been my partner since 1989, and I know them. And that's iHeartRadio. They'll put on all points of view. They have people that I really disagree with on the left, and they have people that they disagree with on the right, and that's the way it's supposed to be. These other companies, I don't know. They don't have records of actually taking a stand and being for freedom of thought and freedom of speech. So the other thing that is going on is the Supreme Court now blocking this vaccine mandate. But Pat, I'd love to hear your thought on this. Biden is still going after now. Yesterday Biden said he wants businesses to do it anyway. Yep. And the day before, he went after Google and Facebook and Spotify and said, you've got to control these lies about COVID.
It's just an attack and an affront on our way of life, on the separation of powers. I've never seen anything like this where multiple times the Supreme Court has blocked any administration like this, and then the administration continues just to go about their business as if there was no ruling from the Supreme Court. I mean, this is back to the time of Andrew Jackson. This is complete lawlessness.
Andrew Jackson and FDR, up until about 38, FDR was doing exactly the same thing. And, is what's crazy is, we've put our book out this week, The Great Reset, which you can order right now. I have an update on this coming up. But order it right now. Get it on Kindle. Read it. It is really, really important. #1 best-selling book in the country. And when you see the utopian dream of just experts making every decision in your life, when people catch on to this, when they realize this is not just about COVID, this just isn't about anything. It is about education. It is about sexuality. It is about movement. It's about energy. It's about absolutely everything, all the way to the core of your faith. When people get that, it's not going to be good, because we have fought fascism before, and I just don't think that when the average American, and I mean Democrats and independents as well, when they start to really understand what's going on, they're going to stand up and they're going to push back, and it's going to be hard, but we win. We win in the end.